No. First, it was Mary Magdalene who saw Jesus. And then he told her to go and tell the rest of the disciples that he is alive. And then verse 12 says, afterwards Jesus appeared in a different form to two of them while they were walking in the country.
All right.
So now Jesus has appeared to two of the disciples who were just walking in the country, walking about their business, and then it says in a different form Jesus appeared to them. So he didn't appear to the same way he appeared to Mary Magdalene. So he tells the two of the disciples that were walking in the country. It says, verse 13, it says, these returned and reported it to the rest, but they did not believe them either. So first, it was Mary Magdalene who ran and told them, and they didn't believe it. But now Jesus has appeared to two of them, and they ran and went to go tell the others, and they didn't believe it either. So verse 14 says, later Jesus appeared to the 11 as they were eating. He rebuked them for their lack of faith and their stubborn refusal to believe those who had seen him after he had risen. So this is the same day. So later on, the day Jesus was risen, who had seen him after he went to the 11 as they were risen. And so this is the same day. So later on, the day Jesus was risen, so that's what the message is today. Do you believe in Jesus Christ? Them because of their the disciples, they've been with Jesus so that's what a long time, and do continuously told Jesus Christ that I'm gonna die, but then I'm gonna raise a long time, and he continuously told them that I'm gonna die, but then I'm gonna raise, and now here they are. They don't believe, and so this day, so Jesus rebuked them. Now this them, and he rebuked them because of their lack of faith. And now here they are. And how many of us know that faith Jesus rebuked them? He appeared to them and he rebuked them because of their lack of faith. That and how many of us know we can sit here and do the work all we want, but if we don't have faith, that God isn't going to move upon it. It's not going to work. We can do so. We can sit here and do the work all we want, but if we don't have faith, that God isn't going to move upon it. It's not going to work. So verse 15 says, he said to them, some of us do, but there's also some. My question goes.
People still believe today?
That's a good question. Why? Some of us do, but there's also some that doesn't. It's a myth. Some people don't believe because they choose not to. That's a good question. Why don't people believe? Some people just don't care. It's a myth. Some people don't believe. But verse 15 says, Jesus said to them, he said to them, go into all the world and preach the good news to all creeds. But verse 15 says, whoever believes, he said to them, go into all the world and preach the good news to all creeds. But whoever does not believe whoever believes and is baptized. So now Jesus has given them instructions to do. Whoever does not go into the world and preach the good news to all creation. So now Jesus has given them he breaks down and tells them to do. Whoever believes go into the world is baptized will be saved. All creation. So the ones who do believe and are baptized, them you're going to be saved. But then Jesus said, but whoever does not be saved. So the ones who do believe and are baptized, you're going to be saved. If you don't believe in God, but whoever does not believe won't be saved because of your unbelief, which is why we have to believe. If you don't believe in God, you're automatically and God did raise him from the dead because of your unbelief, which is why we have to believe in Jesus. Jesus is real, and God did raise him from the dead. Verse 17 says, and those signs will accompany those who believe. In my name, they will drive out demons. He was talking to his disciples.
Who was he talking to? And the youth?
Yes, he was talking to his disciples.
So as a youth, is the Lord saying the same thing to the
And the youth?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So as a youth, is the Lord saying the same thing, the command to the youth to do the same as everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
No matter what age you are?
The gospel. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Everybody. In verse 17, this is what
right there, can you inspire the youth, since this is our youth
the gospel.
Sunday,
Yes, ma'am.
that the Lord is
Everybody.
telling them to believe
In verse 17,
So right there, you inspired the youth, since this is how you was talking to everybody, if you believe, right? Was talking to everybody, if you believe, everybody believes, so, and you, and everybody believes the youth that, and you don't have to encourage the youth that, they don't have to wait till they get old, that God don't have to wait till they get old, that this is how you sing right now.
yes, ma'am.
This is how you
So
sing.
youth,
Yes, ma'am.
just like Apostle
So,
Ivy was saying,
youth, just like Apostle
I'm
Ivy
gonna
was saying,
encourage
I'm
y'all
gonna encourage,
we don't have to be a certain age.
We don't have to be a certain age
to be a
preach the
certain
gospel.
age.
We don't have
to be a certain
teach
age.
other people the word.
Teach
and-
other people the
But
word.
we can start
and-
right now.
But
and that's
we
where
can
we have
start
to
right
get to.
now, and that's
No
where we
matter
have to
what
get
age
to.
you are, no matter
how
how
small
small
you
you
are,
are, no matter
God
how
has a
small
plan
you
for
are, God
your
has
life.
a plan
In
for
verse
your
17,
life.
I want to read this
In
right
verse
fast.
17,
This
I
is
want
what
to read
Jesus
this right fast.
has commanded
This is
us
what
to
Jesus
do.
has
and
commanded
the
us
type
to
of
do,
the
to
authority
do,
He has
the
given
type of
us, the
the
power.
authority He has
So He
given us,
says,
the power.
and these
So he
signs
says,
will accompany
and
those
these signs
who
will
believe
accompany
in my
those
name.
who believe.
He said they
in
will
my
drive
name.
out demons.
He said
They will
drive
speak
out
in new
demons.
tongues.
They will
speak
pick
in new
up
tongues.
snakes with their
They
hands,
will pick
and
up
when they
snakes
drink
with their
deadly
hands,
poison,
and
it
when
will
they
not
drink deadly
hurt them
poison,
at
it
all.
will not
They will
hurt
place
them
their
at
hands
all.
on sick
They will
people,
place their
and
hands
they
on sick
will
people,
get
and they
well.
will so
get
the young
well.
people,
In
so
this
the young
time of
people,
age,
in
we
this
got another
time of
question.
age, we got another question.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
You sure
Can.
You sure
Can. Miss Danica had asked, can we pick
Miss
up a snake?
Danica
Yes,
had
we
asked,
can.
can we pick
Jesus
up a
just said
snake?
it right
Yes, we
here.
can.
And then verse 19 says, after the Lord Jesus says, after the Lord Jesus
He was
taken
taken
up
up
into heaven,
He was
and he
taken
sat
up
at the right
into
hand of
heaven.
God. And he sat
Then
at
the
the right hand
disciples
of God.
went out and
Then
preached
the disciples
everywhere.
went out
And the
preached
word
everywhere.
worked with them.
And the word
confirmed his
worked
word
with
by
them
the signs
and confirmed
that
his word
accompanied
by the
it.
signs that
So
accompanied
young
it.
people,
We don't have to
So
fit
young
into the
people,
crowd. We don't have to fit
do
into the
what the
crowd.
world
We don't
wants
have
to
do what the
we
world
can
wants to
already
do.
step
We
into what
can
God
already
has
step
planned
into
for
what God
us.
has
We can
planned
preach
for
the gospel.
us. We can preach the gospel.
Just like Jesus said, we can
drive out the demons.
just
Like
like
Jesus
Jesus
said,
said,
we
we
can
can
drive
drive
out
out all
we can
of
preach
this.
the gospel.
But
it
we
won't
can
work if
just
we
like Jesus
don't
said, we can
believe.
drive out the demons.
So
we can
that's
speak
the
in
first
tongues.
step
And
to
all of
salvation.
this.
Believe,
But
we
it
gotta
won't work
confess
if we
and
don't
believe
believe.
in our hearts.
So
That
that's
Jesus
the
is
first
Lord
step
and that
to
God
salvation.
raised him from the
Believe,
dead.
we gotta confess,
And
basically,
believe
right
in our
here,
hearts.
it
That Jesus is
explains
Lord and
the
that
plan
God
of salvation.
raised him from the dead.
This plainly
And
breaks down the plan of
basically,
salvation
right
because
here,
his
it
disciples,
explains
they didn't believe
the plan
that
of
he rose.
salvation. But the plan
This
of salvation
plainly
tells
breaks
us
down
we
the
gotta
plan of
believe
salvation
that God
because
raised him from
his
the dead.
disciples, they didn't believe that
Amen.
he rose. But the
We
plan
have
of
another
salvation
question
tells us
here.
we gotta believe that God raised him from the dead. Amen. We have another question on here. How can they get saved? They want to know Jesus for themselves. Okay, first, just like we discussed, the plan of salvation.
How can they get saved?
They want to know Jesus for themselves. Okay, first, just like we discussed, the plan of salvation, Romans 10:9. If you confess with your mouth and believe in your heart that Jesus is Lord and that God raised him from the dead, you shall be saved.